takes two to fight. Chief Joseph says, I've learned my lesson. I'm Chief Joseph. I fight no more. He lost his family, everybody. You know, we have people talk intelligently at the table. That's what you want in leadership. You don't want aggressive people and sacrifice your children. Yet, how many scenarios have we seen like that over the years?
Did you find it? Okay.
I'm gonna keep looking.
Good evening. We'd like to. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. We'd like to begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. And given that this is Dr. Cuauhtemoc Avila's first official school board meeting, we'd like to ask for him to do us the honor and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pleasure. Right hand over your heart. Ready to begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bill's making me weep. And she's got to take the rest of her life.
Thank you, Dr. Avila. Do we have anything to report out of closed session?
Yes, we do. We have several items. Item number one, the Board of Education accepted the request for an extension of a leave of absence for certificated employee number 1298925, July 1st, 2015 through June 30th, 2016. The roll call vote was unanimous to approve.
Thank you.
We also have the Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Gregory Stover, a high school assistant principal, effective July 20, 2015. The roll call vote was unanimous to approve. And lastly, the Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Melissa Rubio as Coordinator, Positive Behavior Intervention and Support, and local PBIS and Local Control Accountability Plan, LCAP. The roll call vote was unanimous in approval.
Thank you. Was that it for reporting out of closed session?
Yes.
Thank you. So with that, do we have a motion to adjourn closed session?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Closed session is now adjourned.
Mr. President, time? For the record.
Time is 7:04. We will be beginning our open session reconvening. Do we have a motion to adopt tonight's agenda? But before we do that, a request has been made to pull item K 7.1. And that item was to ratify an agreement with Pathways to Speech to provide auditory verbal therapy services for the remainder of the 2014-2015 extended school year, July 1st through the 23rd, 2015, and for the 2015-2016 school year. Do we have any objections to the pulling of the item? With that, can I get a motion to adopt the agenda with item K 7.1 pulled.
Move to adopt the agenda as amended.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next we go on to presentations, and we have none. So we'll go on to item C, comments. The first item under comments is public comments from the floor at any time. Any person wishing to speak on any item not on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes. Do we have any speaker cards?
We have 3. And first up, we have Ms. Sara Garcia.
Good evening. Members of the board and superintendent. I'm here on the behalf of Assemblymember Cheryl Brown to welcome the superintendent, Avila, to our wonderful city and thanking you very much. And she also asked me to tell you that as soon as you can, she would like to set an appointment. Again, thank you.
We'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia.
Next, we have Ms. Celia Celaya.
Buenas noches, miembros de la mesa directiva. Mr. Montes, presidente de la mesa directiva. Doctor Ávila, superintendente. Audiencia.
Good evening, members of the board, and Mr. Avila, President of the board, Director, Dr. Avila, Superintendent, and audience. My name is
Mr. Montes,
Mr. Montes.
presidente del board. Soy Celia Celaya Sarabia, coordinadora de Amigos Unidos, Grupo de Apoyo para Padres de Niños Especiales.
My name is Celia Solaya Sarabia, Coordinator of Amigos Unidos. This is a group to support parents with children with special needs.
Y estamos aquí para darle la bienvenida a nuestro distrito al doctor Ávila.
And we are here to welcome to our district, Mr. Avila.
Tenemos confianza que nuestro distrito será el mejor
So we have the confidence that our district will be the best.
y también para agradecerles el detalle tan especial que tuvieron con nuestros niños especiales y la comunidad.
And we're here to thank you for the special details that you have towards our special needs children and the community.
Al acompañarnos en la ceremonia de la celebración anual
And for joining us in our ceremony, that was an annual celebration.
de la celebración anual de los sacramentos de los niños especiales en junio 21 en la Catedral de San Bernardino.
And this was a celebration that took place for the sacraments for the special needs children. This took place in the cathedral in San Bernardino.
Para nosotros fue un gran honor contar con su presencia.
And this was a great honor for us to count with your presence.
Doctor Ávila, Doctor de Sousa, Mr. Ayala and Mrs. Ayala, Mr. Montes, gracias por habernos acompañado.
Dr. Avila, Dr. De Sousa, Mr. Ayala, and Mr. Montes, thank you for joining us.
Sabíamos que era el Día de los Padres y ustedes nos compartieron parte de su tiempo familiar.
And we knew this was Father's Day, and you took time to join us.
Que Dios los bendiga en su misión educativa
And may God bless you in your educational mission.
y nosotros como comunidad aquí estaremos para apoyar a nuestro distrito.
And we as a community will be here to support our district.
También quiero enfatizar algo que nuestra comunidad notó de que muchos de los directores tuvieron un community service.
So we also noticed a detail that many of the directors joined in with the community services.
Para nosotros fue muy bonito, especialmente Para nuestro grupo, que muchas de las iglesias en las que participan nuestros padres hicieron ese comentario, los líderes, el sacerdote de mi parroquia, la administradora.
This was something very, we appreciate that if you join in with these services, and also many individuals make comments about it, and appreciation regarding this joining in with us.
Se nos hizo muy bonito y estamos empezando muy bien nuestro año porque están participando, se están involucrando con la comunidad.
And this seemed to us great. It was nice that they used the word bonito because you're taking part with our community.
Muchas gracias.
And thank you.
Bienvenido, doctor Ávila.
Gracias, Ms. Zelaya.
One more, we have Ms. Yolanda Jackson.
Good evening.
Evening.
I'm Yolanda Jackson. I'm the principal at Fitzgerald Elementary School. And today I'm here to let you know to save the date for Saturday, April 12, 2016, for Dr. Avila. I am also a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and every year we recognize students in not only Rialto Unified, but Etowanda, Fontana, for not academic achievement, because we know those kids always get recognized. We recognize students in middle school and high school for community service, for improving in either grades, behavior, or anything else. And we do recognize students for academic achievement, but they also have to have that community service component. So that recognition luncheon is every year, the second Saturday of April, April 12th, 2016. And it'll be at Central Park in Rancho Cucamonga. And thank you to the board members that have come out before and supported us. Thank you to the administrators in the district that feed us the nominations for the students every year. It is not a money fundraiser event. It is a feel-good event. We want to recognize those kids for the efforts that they put out in the community. And we look forward to seeing all our glorious board members and our superintendent there this year. Thank you very much.
Next, is that all?
Those are all.
Next, we go on to public comments on agenda items. Do we have any?
We have none.
Okay. So then we go to comments from association executive board members. We'll start with Rialto Education Association. Do we have anyone here tonight from REA that would like to make a public comment? Going once, going twice? All right. Next, we'll go on to California School Employees Association, CSEA. Do we have anyone?
Good evening, Board, Dr. Avila, administrators, and every viewing audience. I really would just want to take a minute to thank Dr. Avila and the administration of the district for inviting us to the leadership, conference that they had last week. I wanted to share that the only really big thing that I got out of the entire thing, because most of it was way above my head, was to remind us all that we are service workers, that whether we are a classified or we are a certificated or we are an administrator or we are the lunch duty or security safety patrol, we are service workers. And he had us go out into the community and do community service work. And there was some really awesome things done. It just brought me personally, I can't speak for a lot of others, but for me personally, it brought me to a point of I will be having CSEA do service project works this week. So thank you for the reminder, and thank you for bringing that back to us.
Thank you, Ms. Silva. Next, we go to Communication Workers of America.
Good evening, Mr. Montez, board, and Dr. Avila. I too was at the leadership thing, and I too enjoyed very much going out into the district and learning parts about it. I didn't know we had a Vietnam memorial here designed by your students. It was great to be able to clean that up, and unfortunately, I can't be the same as she is and get my substitutes out to do work all the time because I don't even get to meet most of them. But we will be there in support of everything that goes on. And I know this coming year it's going to be a little bit difficult keeping full assortment of substitutes available for you because the economy is improving. So some of them have probably been hired as teachers, maybe even in this district. I don't know. Mr. Alderson, he'd know the answer to that one. But we're looking forward to a good agreement with you because we're also renewing our contract this year. And the one thing I really hope comes out of tonight's meeting is that you communicate with Mr. Alderson what kind of parameters we can have for budget proposals. But anyway, we'll be here throughout the year, and we enjoy coming here, and I hope to be able to see you at Putting on the Ritz. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fletcher. Next, we go to Rialto School Managers Association, RSMA. Do we have anyone here tonight? All righty. That takes us to item 4, comments from the superintendent.
And I have quite a few, but I'm starting with a brief PowerPoint. So if we can get the monitor, the screen here. So this is a quick summary of the activity that we did last week at the Leadership Conference, which included up to 150. It included up to 150 administrators and other staff that was present. And for this activity, we divided up the 150 or so attendees or participants into 16 leadership teams that included naming each of the groups. So from the Servanators to Over the Hill Gang, Happy Days, Service Stars, the Given Tree, and as you can see, many others. And it was grounded on doing service to remind us that as educators, regardless of our titles, we are here to serve. We are here to serve the needs of kids, the needs of staff, the needs of the community collectively. And we have a quote from Muhammad Ali that says, the service you do for others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. And so that kind of captured the essence, or the theme rather, of the leadership conference. So this is one of the several of the images, nurturing the seeds of service, which included teams going out to Stater Brothers, I believe, and assisted in rounding up cards that assisted some of the shoppers carrying their bags and loading them onto the vehicles. It included the clothing tree, going there and arranging and sorting the clothes that are used there for the staff. Going to a local park to do some cleanup. It also included planting. Several of the teams did go out to Home Depot, and in working with its management, the teams were able to receive donations from Home Depot, which opened up other possibilities. They were able to carry out their projects of service, as you can see there. We also embraced our disabled seniors. We had a team that I was on, went out to the Senior Citizens Center down by the close to the 10 freeway, and we delivered plants and ceramic in ceramic pots that, again, Home Depot donated graciously. We repotted them and delivered them to the senior citizens there. It was very touching. We learned that some of the residents there receive few or no visits at all. And so it really brought them to tears to see that members of the community were out reaching out to them. Again, more cleanup. One of the groups decided to go to one of our local schools who needed a little bit of sprucing up in preparation for the new school year. So they went out. And if you can see the photo on the bottom right, gentleman is opening up his eye. But really, that picture really emphasizes the comments that the gentleman made, which was that he was really touched by the gesture of adults showing up unannounced to assist with this particular project. And as you can see, we did a little bit of cleanup, again, at the school, and then at one of our local libraries. The team went out and cleaned over 200 books that the toddlers and the young kids normally use, which leaves them a little bit messy. But the team did spend 2.5 hours cleaning those books. They went through over 200 of those books and left them as clean as could possibly be. And then we had some trending on social media, comments that were made. Karen Bryan, an accounting specialist, fiscal services in our department, said it's hard to describe the way it felt when we were sharing our experiences. Amazing day. Sylvia Corral, secretary of Rialto Middle School, when in the office, heard lots of comments on today's random acts of kindness too. All I can say is great job, Dr. Avila and RUSD team. And then Lauren Erickson, teacher at Cole Middle School. We have much to be thankful for. Today we received a great surprise for our staff here at St. Catherine of Siena. Some of the principals, assistant principals, and administrators from the Rialto Unified School District honored us with their assistance of help. They were challenged to give back to the community, and so they did. A great reminder of some of our gospel values to help one another. And so to the administrative team and all those who participated, on behalf of the Board of Education and myself, thank you, Team RUSD. And the one thing in conclusion that we emphasized was that we were not going to make this a one-time thing. This is something that we intend to carry on throughout the year, again, just to remind us and to reinforce the purpose of our mission here as educators and as a community as a whole, which is to provide a service to one another.
Very nice.
And then 3 other items that I wish to communicate. Today is I complete my 2nd week in the district. And as promised, I plan to visit every school in the district to become familiar with its location, the layouts, and some of the challenges that the schools might be experiencing. And I visited Bemis, Boyd, Casey, Dunn, Fitzgerald, Garcia, Henry, Kelly, Morgan, Morris, Myers, Preston, Simpson, Trapp, Warner, and Cordiac elementary schools. I have 3 more elementary schools to visit, but I intend to complete those by the end of the week. I also visited all of our high schools and middle schools, our support staff buildings, including the warehouse, print shop, purchasing, safety and security, control center, Chavez Huerta Center, the Curtis Winston Parent Institute, M&O, grounds, transportation, nutrition services, and the culinary arts building next to the Cafe Bistro. I have a couple of more facilities to visit, but I intend to visit those before the end of the week. Also, I attended coffee with the chief of our local police department. Unfortunately, he was not in attendance as he is on vacation, but I did have the opportunity to meet with Captain Carroll and some parents and community leaders who were also there. The police department does have plans to implement several programs over the next few months, and one includes youth projects that I'm very encouraged to have the district be a part of that particular program. Also, a quick reminder, our first major district event in partnership with the city will be the National Night Out, which is scheduled for Tuesday, August 4th, 2015, from 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on Willow and Palm Avenue. And the district will participate with an information booth at the event, so please drop by and say hello to us. And that concludes my comments.
Thank you, Dr. Avila. Next, we go on to Board Member Mr. Martinez.
Thank you, President Montez. Dr. Avila, quite an excellent start. I can think of no better way to show who you are to the community than to remind us who we are and why we're here. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's a while back when they heard that you had been hired. The staff came to me and said, "What do I call him?" You know, looking at your first name, and I said, "Well, you just call him Dr. Avila." And if you would say it slowly for the community, the proper way to say it, because I've heard variations throughout the day already. So if you would, please.
Sure. It's Cuauhtemoc. Cuauhtemoc.
Okay. Thank you for the grace. I said it wrong. And if for the community, if you look it up on the internet, the meaning of the name and the history of the name, you will see that he is actually living that. And it's quite impressive. I look forward to a great year with you at the helm. And thank you to all the staff and community that is here. I hope you're enjoying the couple of cool days that we had, if you want to call it cool. And remember to enjoy family. And do what you can to relax, however you do that. Because the reality of the early starts and the long days in service to your community, giving that mostly to our kids, but also to each other. So just thank you to everyone who was able to participate. I was unable to. I was doing yard cleanup at my property up in the mountain. So I had a couple of hot, sweaty hours there. Sweaty days, actually. It took about a week. So thank you again, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Next, we go on to Mr. Ayala.
Well, thank you, President. Good evening, staff and community. Before I go any farther, I also want to welcome our new superintendent, and we're off to a very, very good start. And the changes that we made, I believe, are been more than fair. The process was a process that I believe every board member here is very proud of, and gave equal opportunity to all the applicants, and was unbiased. So what you see before us is a good example of how to go through a selection process to bring about a change when sometimes it's necessary or it's timely. With that said, thank you for taking the challenge, and what you displayed tonight with the PowerPoint was a great example of the direction that we need to move into, and the visit to the cathedral and spending some time with the needy children and the community, that too was very, very commendable. Little story, enjoying family is what I want to share with. This is an opportunity for parents to bond, reunite with their children. It doesn't always have to be very expensive. I will share just a brief story with an experience with my 7 grandchildren. I took them up to Mammoth. It was $23 a day. You can pitch a tent, you can stay in the van, but what you're going to see is stars at night. You can see tall trees. You see beautiful lakes. It's right here in California. It's within half a day's drive. Highly recommend it for any family who's never done it before. It's very quiet at night. There are bears, you know, but there are procedures so you don't have to sleep with one eye open. But I will tell you, you don't need
great skills. This is not what our children are looking for you to swim the lake or catch all the fish, or they just want to see you up there with them. And, you know, they don't ask for much. They're not asking for dollars or anything else. They're asking for our time. And one little funny episode, which could be a little embarrassing, but I'll share with you anyway. So here I am. Mr. Ayala, have you ever ridden a horse? I said, well, yes, I have. Well, where did you ride the horse? I said, at Thrifty's. So when they heard that, they said, okay, we better hold the horse by the rope and line him up. And would you like a helmet, sir? And I said, a helmet? I looked at everybody else, no one else had a helmet. I says, I'm okay, but maybe the horse might need one. So I proved that as I was getting off the horse. My legs went numb, because when you lose your circulation, and they're going, Papa, can you get off the horse? I can't. So they had to pull with the rope to a little platform, and I couldn't mount. I mean, it's embarrassing, but they had a big smile on their faces, and I had to lift my leg up to get it over the horse. Then I hit him on the head. I said, I told you he needed a helmet. So it was a cute experience. It was memorable for my grandkids. They appreciated it. Yeah, I took one for the team. So I hope you have the opportunity to take one for your team. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Ayala. Next, we go to Ms. Dina Walker.
I have no story to follow that. So thank you for sharing that, because sometimes it is just those experiences that bring us closer together in the commonality. And thank you, Dr. Avila, for leading our team and our district into the community, because sometimes that's all our community needs, to see that we are a part. When we are one, and we're there for them as well. And for everybody that participated, excellent. Thank you for sharing that again, too, Linda, for talking about the fact that, yeah, who are we? We are service workers. We're all here for everyone else, and so are we as a board member on the board. I have nothing else to say other than I'm excited about our new beginning. And that activity just is one of the things that we definitely expect, from you: innovation, creativity. One of the reasons that we hired you is to say, if we're looking for a new direction, of course, there has to be new things as well. So get ready, district. I'm sure this is not the first and the only thing that's going to happen in these next years that we have with Dr. Avila. So thank you again for your leadership. And everyone else, have a great rest of the summer, however the long that is, or short it is, really short that is. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Walker. Next, we go to our very own Vice President, President of the Board, Ms. Nancy O'Kelly.
I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. I'm glad we still have a full room. I'm thinking it's middle of summer. Is anyone going to show up? I want to welcome Dr. Avila, and everybody is very excited about your arrival and the things that have happened so far. Facebook was full of things about the Leadership Through Services Day, and I think that was just a wonderful way to start the year. The next thing I want to say is, Mr. Ayala, are you trying to tell us you were up at Mammoth with 7 grandchildren by yourself?
No,
I knew it. Okay. It sort of sounded that way, and I thought, oh, that could get a little crazy. I hope everybody is enjoying their summer. It's been a hot one, and I hope it cools off soon, because, I do not do heat. But that's about all I have to say today. Today is my granddaughter Audrey's first birthday, so I'm excited about that. But there isn't anything much else to say, because school's been out, so I haven't done anything truly exciting.
Thank you, Ms. Nancy O'Kelly. Well, I also don't have very much to say. I just do want to thank again the parents that are here tonight. that are part of the Amigos Unidos ministry and part of the support group for parents of special education students here in our district, for inviting me to their Holy Sacraments ceremony for the special education kids here in our district at St. Catherine's, no, Our Lady of the Rosary Cathedral in San Bernardino. It was really nice to see all of the students and the parents, were very happy and very honored to have completed to receive their Holy Sacrament. So muchas gracias. And also, I do want to also mention that I did get a chance to drop in on the leadership charge, the leadership conference, the first day, and I was really surprised. I was really surprised. I had been to leadership charge maybe one or two the last number of years, but what I first noticed was there was union leadership representatives there, which I thought was great because normally it had been a closed conference for just the administration, and I thought that was really nice that the invitation was also extended to the leadership of the unions here in the district. The other thing I also noticed was that breakfast was really good over there. They gave a continental breakfast in the morning, and I made it just in time. It was nice to see everybody just, relaxed, enjoying some of the summertime off, and at the same time ready with their notebooks and their pens and papers, ready to hit that conference hard and get ready for the school year. I do want to say that I was very impressed with Dr. Avila's presentation, and just with the staff in general who helped put it together, Mrs. Valenzuela, Ms. Joffrey, Ricardo, and a lot of the other people that were involved in helping organize and facilitate that conference, because a lot of the people that attended were invited to attend and participated, but you got these other people that not only participated but were also had to do the behind the scenes work to get that event, making a successful event. And I didn't know that they were going to go out and do community service. So, gracias por decirnos, Ms. Salaya, que salieron a hacer community service. I think that's really awesome, and I think it's very humbling to know and to really understand and realize that at the end of the day, that's what we are here. That's what we do. All of us, starting with the board, we're public servants. So I really want to thank Dr. Avila and everybody who emphasized that point and got that point across. The other thing I wanted to say was that I do plan, me and my family do usually go to the National Night Out, and it's good to know that the district will actually have a booth and be participating this year, because I know sometimes we have things the same days. Sometimes we might have events on the same day, so I want to thank Saida, because I know Ms. Joffrey's been working on really coordinating with the people down at the city to try to help each other out with each other's events, as opposed to having things on the same day. So that's nice. That's nice to hear. So when I'm out with the family and walking Quetzal out there at the National Night Out, we'll stop by. We'll make sure to stop by the RUSD booth. Last but not least, I do also want to hold true to my word. I have a check here for RUSD for the amount of one board meeting's worth of stipend that I was paid some months back. As much as I appreciated being paid for missing a board meeting while I was on vacation, I do feel that, and I will continue to believe that excused absences is one thing, an emergency, health issues, a host of number of other things, but being on vacation and being paid for a board meeting while on vacation just didn't feel right to me. So as I am keeping to my word and returning that one paid stipend to the district. So Rosie, afterwards, don't forget this. I've been forgetting to bring it for some weeks now and finally got it here. And with that, thank you to all of you guys that are here today, because really for most of us that have been on the board for some years now, usually the summer meetings are like,
Right.
nobody's here. It's like a ghost town, and we're just in and out like that. But we still want to be in and out like that.
Yes,
but
yeah.
it's nice to see a lot of smiley faces. So thank you guys for being here tonight. Muchas gracias. And that's all I have. So we'll go ahead and tackle this thing here. Gracias. Thank you. Next, we go to public hearing. There are none. Consent calendar items. All items on the consent calendar will be acted upon in one motion unless pulled by the Board of Education members or the superintendent for individual action. Approved consent calendar items reference E through J. Do we have a motion to approve items E through J?
I move that we approve items E through J.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Walker and Ms. O'Kelly. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, items E through J have been approved. That brings us to items K, discussion action items. The first item is to approve the contract with Renaissance Learning Star Reading for students in 1st through 8th grades at all 19 elementary schools and 5 middle schools effective August 1st through 2015, June 30th, 2016. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have item K2, to ratify an agreement with Staff Therapy Rehab to provide 2 speech-language pathologist assistants for the remainder of the 2014-2015 extended school year, July 1st through the 23rd, and July 2015, and 3 speech-language pathologist assistants and a speech-language pathologist for the 2015 through 2016 school year. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Walker, Ms. O'Kelly. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next, we have a ratify an agreement with Access Communications and Education with Sign Language Interpreting Services for the remainder of the 2014 through 15 extended school year, July 1st through the 23rd, 2015, and for the 2015 through 16 school year. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez and Ms. Walker. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next, we go on to item 4, ratify an agreement with Ardor Health Solutions to provide a speech-language pathologist for the remainder of the 2014 through 15 extended school year, July 1st through the 23rd, 2015, and a speech-language pathologist for the 2015 through 16 school year.
I would like to just ask a question on, it's not directly related to this item, but it's directly related to the speech pathologist.
Point of order. Make the motion. and we'll
Yeah,
discuss.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
do we have a first?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Walker and Ms. O'Kelly. Ms. O'Kelly, take it away.
Okay, I was just wondering when we discussed this a meeting or two ago, and the speech pathologist in the district got up and spoke and made it very clear that they are in desperate need of laptops or computers. I want to know if that has been addressed and if we are getting them the equipment that they need.
Mr. Kelly, we have the equipment, and yesterday we met to finalize what software is loaded on it, so they all will be getting it most probably by next Monday. Those were for psychologists and the speech therapists too.
Just anyone who needs them. They cannot do their jobs without them, so that's
Right.
my point. Okay, thank you.
With that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next, we go to item 5, ratify an agreement with Invo Healthcare Associates to provide speech-language pathologists for the remainder of the 2014 through 15 extended school year, July 1st through the 23rd, 2015, and a speech-language pathologist for 2015 through 16 school year. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next, we go on item 6, ratify an agreement with My Therapy Company to provide a board-certified behavior analyst for the remainder of the 2014 through 15 extended school year, July 1st through the 23rd, 2015, and for the 2015 through 16 school year. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez, Ms. O'Kelly. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 7's been pulled, so we move on to item 8. Approve the agreement with Mary Catherine Schneider to provide auditory verbal therapy for the 2015 through 16 school year. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next, we have item 10, approve the extension of bid number 11 dash...
You missed number 9.
Oh, I'm sorry. Adopt number 9, adopt a resolution number 15 through 16. I think I'm trying to go too fast right now. Adopt resolution number 15 through 16 through dash 01, California Department of Education contract for state preschool program.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Now we go on to item 10, approve the extension of bid number 11-12-009 for Burtech Waste Industries, Inc. for fiscal year 2015 through 16.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ayala, Mr. Martinez. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next, we go on to item 11, approve the district's application in the Pomona Valley Co-op and the Super Co-op by designating Gold Star Foods as the assignee for the Rialto Unified School District USDA commodities.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Mr. Ayala? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, item 12, award bid number FSO 7-01-1516A for the purchase of canned food as part of the Pomona Valley Purchasing Cooperative for the 2015 through 16 fiscal year to multiple vendors.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ayala and Mr. Martinez. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we go on to number 13, award bid number 14-15-30 for the purchase of paper supplies as part of the Pomona Valley Purchasing Cooperative for the 2015 through 16 fiscal year to multiple vendors.
So
Moved.
moved. Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ayala, Ms. O'Kelly. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 14, award bid number C-156-021 for the purchase of snack food and beverage items as part of the Pomona Valley Purchasing Cooperative for the 2015 through 2016 fiscal year to A&R Wholesale.
Move to approve.
Thank you, Ms. O'Kelly. Thank you, Mr. Martinez. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we go on to item 15, approve extending bid number 13-14-15 to the following vendors: Reliable Workplace Solutions and Southwest School Supply.
Move to approve.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. O'Kelly and Mr. Ayala. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next, we go on to item 16, award frozen food bid number RIANS 15-16-003 for the 2015 through 2016 school year to Leobo Foods.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ayala and Mr. Martinez. All in favor?
Aye.
And one abstention. 4-1. Motion carries. Item 17, approve the piggyback purchase for California Multiple Awards contract number 4-13-72-008C Shaw Industries for fiscal year 2015 through 2016 pursuant to public contract code 20118.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. We have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. O'Kelly. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Item 18, approve the piggyback purchases as indicated.
Move to approve.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. O'Kelly.
Comment?
Thank you, Ms. Walker.
It's very minimalistic here. I'd like to see a little more text so the public can actually get a gist of what it says. All it says is approve the piggyback purchases as indicated. If they wish to follow in this format, it's very difficult because it doesn't say anything.
There's a reference K
Yeah, there's a reference in the
18.1
back.
through 4,
It still doesn't
but,
say
but,
what it
but
is.
it,
It'd be nice to give a little bit more detail.
but
Yeah.
it would, point well noted, Mr. Martinez.
Thank you, President Montez.
With that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Number 19, award pizza bid number RIANS 15-16-004 for the 2015 through 16 school year to Papa John's Pizza.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ayala and Ms. O'Kelly. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 20, award tortilla bid number RIANS 15-16-001 for the 2015 through 16 school year to Romero's Food Products.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ayala. Mr. Martinez, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 21, authorize the district to contract with Solution Tree, Inc. for the purpose of supporting schools in their efforts to utilize professional learning communities.
I move to approve.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. O'Kelly. Mr. Martinez, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 22, ratify an agreement with Blackboard, Inc. for a one-year subscription from July 1st, 2015 to June 30th, 2016 for the use of the Blackboard, Inc., formerly Parent Link service.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez and Ms. O'Kelly. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 23, adopt the San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools Educational Services 3-year plan for expelled and high-risk students for 2015 through 2018.
So
Move to approve.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. O'Kelly. Thank you, Mr. Martinez. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item L.
I move to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Walker, and thank you, Ms. Nancy O'Kelly.
Okay, everybody has to take note of the time because this is a record.
Look, Edgar has something. Uh-oh.
You know, as good a mood I feel in the air. Unfortunately, I do have to ask for a moment of silence.
Yes.
For 3 dedicated district employees who passed away just recently. For the first person's Marine Sergeant Major Sam Walls, the former junior ROTC instructor at Eisenhower High School, passed on June 22nd, 2015. He was hired in 1994 and retired in 2010. He was 71 years old. On June 24th, 2015, we lost Myers Elementary teacher, Mrs. Gail Folden. She worked in the district for 27 years. She was 52 years old. And on July 3rd, 2015, we lost Mr. Floyd Braggs, former counselor at Myler Supanic High School and a 40-year veteran of the district. 40 years. He was 60 years old. Mr. Bragg's wife, Mrs. Sylvia Braggs, is a principal at Morris Elementary School. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the families, and our district employees were notified of all the passings, and many attended the services. On behalf of the Board of Education and Superintendent Dr. Avila, our heartfelt prayers go out to all of the families who lost their loved ones. So with that, we'll hold a moment of silence before we conclude this meeting. Thank you very much for everyone who came out tonight. Again, thank you, Dr. Avila, and everybody who was off to a great start. Cabinet members, administrators, and the one or two teachers that are here today. Just kidding. Gracias. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. This meeting is adjourned.
How are you? You think you're good? Oh, it's gonna be a great year. We've been on break too long.